This is a general reading for Aries for October 27th through November 2nd. Time sure flies, doesn't it? Our year has just really moved forward. And this is a general reading for Aries. So if Aries is your sun or moon rising or Venus, this is a general reading for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Now, Aries has been one of the largest supporters of the channel and actually has the most views each week and one of the most active spirit guide groups that is present. In fact, I only shuffled the cards a couple of times and called on the angels, archangels, and spirit guides of the light, and I felt the energy just whoosh this morning. So this ought to be a very good reading, Aries. And sometimes, it goes over, the videos get long because your spirit guides have so much to say, and a lot of it is channeled. One person said it was too long. And my suggestion is fast forward, This is a technology, thing. If you don't like a part, fast forward it, scroll through, and your spirit guides are so strong, Aries, so strong. Now, I'm again offering the complimentary reading for those who either subscribe or put a comment in the month of October, and I will randomly select one person to receive the 30-minute complimentary reading. Now, I still have 3 people from September who have not claimed their complimentary reading because I picked 4 people last month in September. So go to the community and look under the post, and it will say congratulations, and that will name the folks who were selected. Only one person stepped forward. So there's 3 people still out there that claim your reading if your name's mentioned there. Now, I do read all of your comments, and Aries, you're always so kind with your comments, and I do read every comment and respond. I also, if you're not a subscriber, please be a subscriber. And if you think you're a subscriber, look below the video you're now watching and see if it says subscriber. Sometimes YouTube does this thing and they unsubscribe. I have no idea why. So to be a subscriber costs nothing. There is no cost to being a subscriber. Why do you want to be a subscriber? Well, it helps the channel. 2, you're entered in the complimentary reading. 3, if you put a notification when you subscribe, then you'll be notified when the videos come out. And this month, in the month of October, I'm having the $5 off on my personal readings for subscribers. So a 30-minute reading, live or video, is normally $30, and for subscribers, it's $5 off, so it's $25. And the hour reading, which is normally $50, is now $45. If you want a reading, just send me an email. That's all you have to do. Now, today I have my video team here, my sharp video team. Nina is here on the table, and we're recording in the morning. I don't know, she's shaking. I don't know why she's shaking. Sometimes she gets a little nervous, sometimes she gets cold, but she's the prop person here. So Nina's in charge of props. Jason's here in the bedroom. He's security, so nobody's going to get by Jason. So Jason's security. Milo's in the sitting room, so I guess I'd call him reception, production assistant. And I guess he's a timekeeper sometimes too, because he'll tell me an hour before dinner time. Hope is out in the courtyard, and so he's he's blind and deaf, but he is keeping the premises up. He's outside security. Hope, if nobody knows the story about Hope, he's I adopted him when he was 15 years old. He's a Portuguese dog. He's one of the big golden dogs. And he came from up north. He was found in a grocery store parking lot, blind, deaf, wandering around. And in Portugal, sometimes, I did that. When I grew up 70 years ago in the US, as a child, my parents would let the dog run around the neighborhood, but the dog would always come home. You know, that's the thing that they would do. But in Portugal, they let the dog out in the morning, wanders off, then comes back. And I think that's this dog's life. But for some reason, he didn't get home. I don't know if the owner died and the family just threw him out in the street, which is very common, or he got lost. I don't think so. I think they would have gone to look for him. So he was rescued by St. Francis, and they posted him. Well, I thought he was going to be like a palliative care dog. And, you know, he's been here for over a year. He spends his time out in the courtyard, and then I would bring him at night in a little blanket here in the hallway. And then he'd want to be right outside at 6 in the morning, didn't want to come in. Well, he has now, there's a sweet, sweet dog within this body that is now coming out, blossoming after a year. I gave him a bath, I looked at his face, you know, there's this little connection, and he can hear. He's memorized how to, you know, he knows how now to leave from the hallway and get out the back door to go potty in the morning, and that's where he wants most of the time. But he now likes to lay in a little doorway between the kitchen and the courtyard, in a little circle. And one night I was doing videos and I came in and he was circled in the sitting room, so asleep. He's getting used to being here. He's connecting, even though he can't see. He's totally blind and he's very hard of hearing, but he's got this wonderful, sweet little soul. And he's now 16, and I'm going to take him to the vet and get a health check. And I'm praying that I find a lovely family or a person that will help him, because I cannot take him back to the U.S. It would be too dramatic for him to fly for 14 hours in a plane. That is not fair to him, not at all. And so there'll be somebody that will take care of him, but he's blossoming out of this. You know, imagine him coming to a house he's never been before. I speak English, he understands Portuguese, he can't really hear very well. It's very hard for him, but he's blossoming. And the 2 kittens, I will post, I did a little video yesterday of the kittens, and they're not little anymore. And I'm gonna have to, still thinking trap and spay, neuter, and I'm thinking there's one I'm going to bring, the shyer one. The other one will survive. She'll become a roof, you know, go from place to place, and I'll get her spayed before I leave. No more kittens for them. So, what do we have coming up this week, Aries? And angels and archangels and spirit guides of the light. What is it that you want to tell Aries? Oh, they said lots of things are going to be coming up for you, Aries, they say. So the very first card we have is, look at this, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, isn't this lots of new beginnings? And this is the information card. Clarity about what is going on. This is your clarity card. Crossed over by, this makes perfect sense. Clarity about a situation that there's some turmoil or it can be miscommunication, confusion, arguments. You get some clarity about it. Because the Ace of Swords at the beginnings, but getting information about a situation. And then, here's the 8 of Rods. At the base of it is 4 of Pentacles. And you know, I'm videotaping this early, well, it's not early, but in the morning and earlier in the week than I usually do. Crowning you the 4 of Cups. So we have 2 4s already here. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. This is sort of like the pause. Then, reversed is the 10 of Swords. Now, this is what's on your mind, excuse me. This is what's on your mind about that situation, whatever is in the past, but you still have a little bit of, you know, residual feelings about it. Right ahead of you, you have the Devil. Okay, so we'll figure which devil characteristic this is. You know, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Then we have Page of Cups. This is what's surrounding you, a message about home or love. 9 of Swords, something's still going on. But remember, you have the Ace of Swords, so there's more clarity. But there's something about the Nine of Swords, maybe still a situation that you're dealing with that feeling a little bit restricted. There is some major changes going on in some workplaces, and you're at effect of what decisions they're making, because you're right in the midst of it. The Ace of Swords is information that's going to be coming from that. So you have more clarity. The more information, then the more that you can plan for the next steps for you based on what's going on around you. Then you're moving forward. There's your Chariot. And the final outcome is the Nine of Wands. You know, the Nine of Wands it's just like life. You know, it's all those responsibilities, but no more than you can handle. It's not overwhelming like that. You know, the Ten of Wands is like overwhelming, overburdened with responsibilities. But this is the Nine of Wands with the King of Pentacles. Could be work. You know, that whole thing that when I worked, that work harder. Wasn't it? Work harder, not smarter. Work smarter, not harder. You know, that whole thing. Basically, it is we're going to pile more work on you, but we're not going to give you any more money. You know, it's that whole catch thing that, you know, oh, well, we're laying off all that department, but congratulations, all their duties are being distributed to you. No more raises, but you get to add more duties. And I think that's, you know, part of that. And, you know, there's major shifts going on in, you know, through the planet. Major shifts with corporations, one corporation taking over another corporation, and, you know, buyouts, layoffs, streamlining. It's all about cutting costs, profits, and stockholders. You know, that's ultimately who they are responsible to, which is the stock. And, you know, the stockholders like to have more profit, then their shares go up. Profit is, you know, labor, costs and income. And so it's, you know, the streamlining. You know, how can we cut costs? Can we take over that other company? And then, you know, are we going to like freeze, eliminate positions? You know, sometimes they eliminate a layer. And so it's all about restructuring. And then the people who are not making the decision, such as most of us, are affected by these major shifts in the world. And it can even be, you think, well, it's not going to affect me. I work at this little company down the road. Well, you know, that little company down the road, which could be very small, your customer base is people who maybe work at that big company, and maybe they aren't going to get that bonus this year. Well, then their bonus, they don't have extra money to maybe remodel their kitchen or buy that new car or get their hair done more. You know, it affects all levels of the economy. Or maybe even go out and get a burger or go to that restaurant, the sit-down restaurant. You know, so it affects all levels. And so this Nine of Swords that's coming up could be all the stuff that's restructuring in the economy, and it affects everybody. Now, what can you do? Well, part of it is to be prepared to learn lessons. And, you know, sometimes these things happen and it opens up new avenues of opportunity. Now, I saw something really funny on Facebook that says when one door closes, you know, and it says, take a board and nail it shut. Well, that's sort of funny because what it really, they say when one door closes, the other one opens. But, you know, in some ways, it's good to just nail the door shut and go, okay, that's in the past. I can't change the past. I can only go towards the future. And sometimes we won't be pushed to looking for new opportunities until that door is closed. It's sort of like, you know, I always compare like the robin, and she prepares her little robins to learn how to fly, and they're pushed out of the nest. Now, they're not going to fly until they're pushed out of the nest and they've learned how to fly. Well, sometimes we won't move until we're pushed out of the nest. Then we have to fly, and like, oh dear, I gotta fly or I'm gonna drop to the ground. And it's the same thing. It is the universe saying, okay, it's time for growth. This is the learning planet. What are you going to do? And new opportunities. And there could be things coming up that you aren't even aware of, that you were interested in, or, you know, for different people, it's different things. We're going to look at what maybe some of these things are for people coming up. Now, we also have here with the Chariot, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is movement, because I look at the Knight of Swords as also a movement card. So it's over the Chariot. The Knight of Swords, what is that related to? Your wish. Now, that's almost a dichotomy, because maybe your wish is ending that chapter that's behind you and moving forward, because it is saying that whatever that situation, it's going to turn out all right. Look at that. Look at that. Who would think that the Knight of Swords, you could have the Ten of Cups with it? Happy conclusions, agreement between two people. So it's turning out all right. Ace of Cups, or the Page of Cups, moving forward to smoother water. Someone could be moving too. Could be moving time. The Devil card with the Ace of Cups. Okay. That could be moving a lot. Ten of Swords crowning you with the World. So it's the end of a chapter. You know, you're moving from the one chapter. Again, you're still moving, transitioning, and it's on your mind. The Four of Cups with the Knight of Cups, you could have new love coming, possible. Then we have, how did I end up with? Okay, well, I ended up with an extra one. Okay, there's never been any mistakes. Four of Pentacles with the Three of Cups, Eight of Rods with the Five of Cups. You know, it's healing from a broken relationship too. And there's your Tower moment, boom, crossed over by spinning the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so that definitely goes with what the universe is trying to tell you, that even though you would think that, oh, this is, you know, the fall, I don't want big changes, the universe, the Spirit is saying, okay, well, it's time to move on. It's time to, you know, open a new chapter. You know, there's your book, you open the page, and there's your blank sheet, the new chapter of your story. And it's different things for different people. We'll see what Spirit has to say, because your reading is about, remember, some clarity, some information. The Ace of Swords. You know, I love the Ace of Swords. I say this is one of my favorite cards, because it's new beginnings, but it's knowledge about new beginnings. Clarity about a situation for a new beginning. So it's saying to you, what do you want to create? We're going to show you the information, and then of course you have free will. You can absolutely decide what you're going to do. And it's new beginnings crossed over about some sort of situation, which could be you know, it can be confusion. It can be about home. Okay, so this is because crossed over, if you're in a situation that you really couldn't get your hands on, you know, to see what's going on, but this is providing the clarity of a new situation, because there's all this conflict. It could be a disagreement. It could be about work. And so it's confusion, or there's all this talk that's going on, like rumors and stuff, and this is a new beginning and getting the information, or getting a clearer picture of the direction to go based on information that's available. The Five of Wands could even be within your own mind, the confusion, and this is the clarity. Yes, 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 because this sometimes Spirit's saying this could be you going, oh, okay, this is going on, like my client's gonna close, or I have to move, or my relationship's breaking up, and you're like, okay, like the hamster on the little wheel, you don't know where you're going, you don't know, and it's all these thoughts. This is like, take a break, and here's the clarity. You know, take a break, take a breath. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get the, in the wisdom of the Oracle, the breath card. Sit down, take a breath, and then you're going to get the clarity with the Five of Wands, because the Five of Wands could be internally in your mind, or it could also be externally. That there's a whole lot of confusion going on. Maybe you're getting some conflicting things, like we're going to close, we're not going to close. You have to move, you don't have to move. You know, whatever it is, you get some sort of clarity. It could be outside confusion, or it could be in confusion in your mind, but you get some clarity about it. And then you have the Tower. Things are, you know, rapidly changing, and it says the Wheel of Fortune. You are being in the flow, trusting in the universe that things are going to come through, because there's this Tower moment. It could be surprising. It could be, okay, for some of you, you don't know what's going to happen, and all of a sudden it's boom. It could be work, it could be home. For some of you, it could be even a relationship, not even, it could be more than just a partnership, but maybe something around you about family, and then boom, and you have to respond. I don't think it's anything like ill health, but there's, oh, okay, someone has to take a sudden trip ahead. I don't know who that is, but it could be that there's like a tower thing going on, and you hear something, and you have to, I don't know if it's about a family member. They're going to be all right, but just be prepared for someone. You might have to go out of town suddenly, for someone who had like some sort of health emergency. I don't wish any harm on anybody. The outcome will be fine. However, if you can go, please go, because remember, every moment is precious in time. And if you can go, go. It's sort of sudden, and they'll be all right. They will be all right. But part of it is for you to have, let's say that you're across the country and someone becomes ill. You're going to spend your whole time away from them worrying about it, worrying about it, worrying about it. Go and ease your mind, and also be support for them and the people that are around them. That's your role, is be this support for people around them. That's for someone very specific. It's not for everybody. And after a while, you're going to go, oh, okay, thank you, that did happen to me. For others, with your Tower moment, it could be layoffs at work. It could be you get a notice that they're selling your apartment building, or the landlord wants to now move in. You know, it's going to be, but look at, if things happen, remember that it's because it's giving you the push that you wouldn't take. You wouldn't fly out of that nest unless you were pushed out of the nest. Think of it that way. And so, you know, and then you can learn how to fly better. Because at the base of it is that things are really moving pretty fast, very fast, and you're looking at the Five of Cups. You know, this is a reflective card. The fives are like reflective of things that have happened, and we, you know, as we live, we have all these things that happen in our lives, and so it's the 3 cups filled and the 2 on the shelf. What could you have done differently? That's, as we reflect, it's what could you have done differently? So this is your role. What could you have done differently? And what was the total situation? And you do have new opportunities, and it says things are moving pretty fast. So it could be possibly a new relationship with yourself, being reflective, maybe even moving, physically to a new home, because you have here, standing firm. This is right behind you. Standing firm with what you believe in. Happy celebration. Happy celebration. Now somehow I ended up with the Knight of Cups out here, and I don't know what this is, but there's new opportunity for love for some. 4 cups, and with your Knight of Cups. So happy celebration. Standing firm for what you believe. Don't waver. And you feel very good, because if you're standing firm, there's a celebration time, or there's a celebration and you just need to, state what you believe and not be wavered by others. If you do that, then there will be celebration. It will be in your favor. And what's on your mind also is new relationship possible, new love, 4 of Cups, or new beginnings. But this is definitely with the Knight of Cups. So someone could have love coming. Now, remember, I always say, you have free will. You do not have to have, a love relationship. You can love yourself. Maybe it means moving, or you can put it on the shelf for a while until the timing's right. But, you do have free will. But those who want that, it is coming up. It's possible. Look around. Okay, for someone, okay, it's going to be very good. I get a sense of, for several of you, you're going to start, maybe it's someone you know. For others, it could be even just, it's the synchronicity. So for, everybody that comes into our lives, they have an important role. Some of them we immediately connect with, and so there's the synchronicity with this. And that this connection is, for some of you, it's almost like you bump into each other, like maybe at the coffee shop, or at work, you got your little name tag on at some event or something. Others, you see them on a regular basis, but maybe not, thinking of it that way. But I see for many of you, it's, a very relaxing, dating, getting to know each other, and it can develop into something else. I don't see a lot of drama in any of these, anybody to avoid, and so it's very good. I think it's a very good time to, maybe if that's something you want, it will be coming to you. And then what's on your mind is you in the middle of your world with the 10 of Swords, which is ending that back cycle. So what's on your mind is the ending of that chapter, being in the middle of your world, what you want to manifest as it's coming forward, because it will be happening to you. Because what we have up here is the Ace of Cups and the Devil card. Now, I think it's very interesting because with the 4 of Cups and the Knight of Cups, I got a very good feeling. But this is the Ace of Cups, new opportunities, but there's the Devil. It could be related to home, for example. And, some of you are thinking about, okay, Some of you are looking for a home to move to, and what about that property? Oh, okay. Some of you are thinking about building a home, and you're doing it the specs, and you put down the deposit, you're never going to see it. No. You put down the deposit, and they have all sorts of reasons why they're not starting it, delay, you know. So it's some financial shenanigans. For others, you're looking at a home and get the building inspector there. You know, I never lived in termite country, but there's termites in one of the buildings. And you've got to get the inspector there. Do not buy that house. Get the, you need to get the termite inspector there. You know, when they do the housing inspection, you need to really, really look for termites in there, down below. Because, you know, the thing about a foundation is very important, and it could be, you know, the foundation, not the foundation, the cement, but the support is compromised, and then eventually your house will collapse. You know, I had a little gig, not a gig job, but a temp job, and I did the word processing for the contractor board, where they got all these claims on the houses that were new houses and stuff. You wouldn't believe some of the things that showed up in houses and construction. So get a termite inspection because you want it to be, but there's like something about buying a new house. Now for others, okay, this is about a warning about new love on the internet. And what do they call it? The fish, where they scam you. Okay, so, you know, they pry on lonely people. And in this world of technology, we become more isolated from our own communities. Someone might be approached by someone about how wonderful you look. You know, I get scams all the time on my Facebook. Oh, I love your post. I always find it so entertaining, blah, blah, blah. Block. You know, like even when I go, oh, here's a nice little update about a lost dog. Well, I always find it so entertaining about your inspiring post. Block. I always, you know, they are not who they say they are, because they put this handsome model picture that they've stolen the ID and make it that they're like usually military. This is for the females, the men, supposedly a man. Those aren't those pictures. They even have like a work site. It's like a boiler room where they work. These are men usually in other countries. You could have a picture of a woman, but it's not a woman you're talking to. And their whole thing is about separating you from your money. Now, please use discretion about contacting anyone. Oh, and I want to come to the US, or I want to come to your country, but I lost my passport, my child can't get out of the country, you know, blah, 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 blah. And they, and I was ready to just get on the plane, and they stopped me and said that I owed a bill and I can't get on the plane. What they want is your money. And that's not who they are. They're not even that picture. They're not even maybe even that gender. And they even hire actors to do FaceTime sometimes, and for part of their scam. So this is an Ace of Cups, and it says be very careful. This is for someone, and it's a warning. Please, please, please use your discretion. If you're lonely, take the risk of trying to date someone within your own town. If you can't drive to them within an hour, don't bother. Unless you happen to be in the middle of, I don't know, some remote state, like in the middle of Kansas, let's say, and there's nobody an hour away. Well, at least a couple of hours away, please. And go to some dating sites at least and reach to their real person. If you're lonely and you feel isolated, please use discretion. This is for somebody, for several people, because it's a business. This is a business that they have. So this is for someone. For the others, it's buying a house. For someone else, new love, it could be that this person is, okay, so if you're dating somebody in your town, cup of coffee only. Don't even buy a meal. Say, I'll meet you for coffee. And Denny's is always a good place. It's always lit up and there's people all over the place. Cup of coffee and you can extradite yourself right away. Because there are people who troll those sites and they're not sometimes having good intentions. And so just be careful when you're going to do that. And even a couple of dates, don't let them know where you live. Just be very discerning. Your spirit guides will be watching over you, and they want you to be protected because they want, people want love in their life. And your spirit guides are saying, please protect yourself. We can watch over you as your guardian angels. However, you have to do your part. Okay, that's a warning for someone. So then we have here, you're going to get a message, a page of cups, and you're moving forward. So it could be that new romance. And then you're like, okay, maybe I'm getting a date, and I'm moving from the past to the forward, to good outcomes. My wish is coming true about ending that situation. It's happy. Even though it could be that your work thing is gone or changing, it's actually good. You're feeling good because it could be, because of that, maybe you got a severance package and now you can take some time maybe over the holidays. Or it could be that now you can explore other options that you've always wanted to do. So it gives you the freedom. Because sometimes, we use, I worked for the government, and we used to call it the golden handcuff. Because you put so much time in there, and you don't want to leave because you got your pension, and you do have good benefits, so you have to stick it out. But in a situation, sometimes moving forward is getting you to new opportunities. And so, think of it as new opportunities. Then, what is that? Oh, my phone's ringing, but I don't know who's ringing. Hello? I have no idea. Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
You rang me.
No, I didn't. Oh, okay, I did not. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. I have no idea how that ended because my phone was on the floor. So anyway, you're moving forward. There's your Chariot. This is the action that you're moving forward. And then the final outcome is, there you are with your happy home. No, it's responsibilities and work. They add on to your responsibilities, more and more responsibilities. But it's nothing more than you can handle. It's just life. I do not know what's going on here, and I have no idea who my floor called. That's very weird. How it rang my phone when it was on the floor. The spirits is doing something. Okay, now I'm going to pull 3 oracle cards. The wisdom of the oracle. How can that be? My phone was my other phone was on the floor and it rang somebody, and I have no idea who it even rang. That's weird. I wonder if anybody sees any orbs here today. Okay. Nina, what you doing? Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 wisdom of the oracle, angels and archangels and spirit guides. What is the message that you have for Aries today? Angels and archangels and spirit guides. Show me the message that you have for Aries today. Here we go. thinker, figure out what you want, think it through. Why, looking at maybe why, but it really doesn't make any difference why. But maybe that's part of the thinker. We'll look at those in a little bit more detail. And this card here, message in a bottle. Isn't that interesting? Okay, let's look at message in a bottle number 15, which is communication, a sign, a kind of delivered very innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. So you're going to get a message from somebody. They're serving the spirit. Could be a message about a job. Could be a message about a house. Could be a sign over a window. Someone's going in and you stop and you see a sign, help wanted. And it's a trade that you always wanted to learn how to do, and they're willing to take on someone in a learning position. That's for somebody. Why, number 31. Motives driving the intention, the power of knowing why. There's a great power of understanding your motives right now. So why? The Oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for the answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you're clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So why? And then we have thinker, 44, which is a master number. Okay, 44, right here. Strategy being analytical and logical. So that goes with the why, looking at the whole situation. Then let's pull two Louise Hay cards and your meditation card. Okay, I think I'm going to pull one card today for Louise Hay. And your meditation card. I'm willing to change. Now, isn't that interesting? I'm willing to release old negative beliefs. They are only thoughts that stand in my way. My new thoughts are positive and fulfilling. Okay, and then the meditation card for this week is right here. Right here. Outer space. Take the time to heal, grow, and expand. Thank you so much, Aries, for being so supportive of the channel. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you want a reading, just send me an email. Thank you so much. Anita and I send you light and love from Portugal.